Hey, Theo, long-time listener, first-time caller. Man, I just wanted to call and say appreciate everything you do. And, I was just listening to your Ella Langley podcast about, like, she was saying how this is our first go-around, right? We're all just living for the first time. And I think I've been struggling lately with feeling like almost like I'm stuck in this cycle where, you're alone, you're lonely, you're by yourself, which, sometimes isn't like the best thing for you to do, but it's almost like second nature. It's just what you retreat to. And then you want to go out and you go out and you hang out with your buddies and you have sometimes like a wild night. You get influenced by like what you think they want, what you think the world wants, what Instagram and all, social media tells you to do. So you're again. And I know, I feel like maybe you once went through this, and I think a lot of guys go through this. And, I've shut off social media. I've tried to I've gone through periods where I didn't drink for long periods of time. And, I know you sometimes just always go back to this because then you're just like, what's the point? We're only, got one go around on this. Like, am I going to waste my youth? Am I going to waste my opportunities? But I'm no closer to my goals. And I think I lost my job last year, and, I'm supposed to be studying and trying to get ahead for some stuff that's going to give me a better job. But a lot of time I just kind of let the days go by, and now I'm stuck here, by myself, sitting in my room after the weekend, kind of just fucking, I don't know, man, feeling down, and I don't even know why, guy, And I just wanted to know how you deal with this, how you get yourself out of this, how you get to a better life, how do you get to a place where you're not just cycling through, and you're actually moving toward things that you want. And I appreciate your advice. All right, Theo, thanks, man.
Thanks so much for the call. I don't think you said your name at the beginning, but thank you. Yeah, the cycle of just okay, I'm going to do this. And then I would kind of, for me, I'm going to try that. I would let myself down. I would try and I would ask God to help me. And I'd be like, I would pray, but I would and it was the same thing. And I appreciate you being so articulate in your call and doing your best to share as honestly as you could what was going on. I'll try to share. I've been struggling, man. The past couple years, I've had, it's been a struggle in certain ways with certain behaviors that I'm just not proud of, right? Or really just behaviors that I didn't want to do anymore. And I couldn't change it. I couldn't change the cycle. And even as I say this, I'm afraid that I'll fall back into those behaviors. But I'll tell you what for me has been helpful recently. And I'm sorry if I sound a little animated. I've been going through this in my own life recently, and it's on the tip of my thoughts and feelings. Sometimes I realized for myself, I would pray to God to help me get away from certain behaviors in my life. But at the same time that I was praying, there would be a part of me that knew I was probably going to do those things again. That I was probably going to do those things again. Like a big God, please help me. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have this behavior. But there would be a little part of me that was like, I know even as I ask for God's help that I'm going to do it again. I would know that. So I started praying like this. I started praying like, God, please help me with this. This is a broken part of me that I bring to you. I need help with it. And then I would add to my prayer, I would say, and even God, even as I pray to you right now, there's a part of me that knows I'm probably lying to you. There's a part of me that knows I'm going to do that behavior again. So can you come into that part of me and help me there? Help me in the part of me that knows as I pray that I'm lying. And I don't know if that sounds crazy or not, but But I started to think that like a connection between us and a higher power, it's such the realest. It's like in my life, it's one of the realest things that I've ever witnessed, right? Like you go in, like I'll be in meetings and or recovery meetings or and you see people's lives change. You see something happen. You see miracles, right? But that was what was happening. It was, I couldn't change. I tried everything. I tried everything to change. I would tell myself I'm going to do it different. I'm going to do that. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it by myself. And my whole life I'd done everything by myself. I thought I had. And so something that's just been helping me recently is just praying differently, you know, because whatever's inside of me that's broken is really, it's manipulative and it would be good at pool because it's good at the angles. But so I've just been praying that God comes into those parts of me, you know. Don't just come into like the water inside of me. Come into the well. Come into the walls of the well. Come into the mortar or whatever that's between the bricks. That because I'm broken. Because I'm broken all the way there. You know, and I don't mean that like in self-pity. I don't. But if there's a part of me that doesn't even want the best for me, then there's something inside of me that is off. So that's something that's been helping me because some of it's been coming true. And I don't know if it's been coming true. I don't know if that's a term, but I don't know. I'm starting to just feel something different. And then I was looking on this Bible, and there's a story called John 5, and it's about a guy who's at these pools. And some people follow the Bible, some people don't. That's fine. This is just a story that I'm reciting here. And Jesus is at the pools, and it's in Bethesda, and they're like, there's a sick man there, and he's been sick for a long time, and Jesus asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" He asks him, "Do you want to be healed?" And that's a crazy question because, if I get healed, then I'm different. If somebody gets healed, they have a new story. So that's just been something that I've been having to ask myself. It's like, do I want to be healed? Do I really want something different? And sometimes a lot of the answer is no, I don't. I want something different, but I don't want to. I don't know. I'm scared of it. I don't know what I am. I don't know if I don't want to do what it takes to get. I can't even tell what it is.